I am so excited today. I am going to visit one of our career and technical education programs within our school district. And what's so cool about this particular career and technical education opportunity for our students, it's very unique. You will not find this in very many urban school settings. I wonder where I'll be. I'm at Southeast High School. I can't wait to see what's inside. It is a beautiful day today, and I am at Southeast at the farm, and I am here with Miss Farmer. Miss Farmer, thank you for allowing us to be here today. I am so in awe of everything that you're doing here with students. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the things that students do here on the farm?
Well, they can work with plants or they can work with animals. With the plants, we have a community garden that they can work in during the summer, even when school's not in session. We start it in the spring, they work through the summer, and then we harvest a lot in the fall. We also have some stuff indoors that we do with that. Then out here we have with the animals, they can learn a lot of different things with the animals. We study everything from muscles and bones all the way through how to care for them, how to feed them, how to take care of general like cleaning and trimming and things like that, trimming hooves, just a little bit of everything.
Wow. To me, this sounds like work. So what kind of jobs would they be able to get by coming out here and learning from you, all the things that they're learning?
We have a lot of students that are interested in working with animals. I think that's a big draw. And there's a lot of different jobs that are out there. There are hundreds of jobs out there that everybody thinks of vet first, but there's hundreds of jobs out there that have nothing to do with vet. We do, you can go out of here and work at a greenhouse. You could go work on any of the orchards or farms right around this area. We also have students that may want to do dog grooming or dog training, and a lot of this just applies from goats all the way over to dogs and back and forth and stuff.
Tell me a little bit about how you decided to teach this class. I mean, you know, you could teach probably anything you want, but you ended up here. So tell me a little, and then what's really cool is your last name is Farmer. So tell me, how did you get to this space?
Well, I started out teaching science for the district, and I taught for 11 years at Metro Meridian Alternative.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Loved that building. And then when it closed, there were some positions open here for science, and I came over and applied, and Miss Doyle said, you know, you did a lot of stuff outside with the kids at Meridian, and you enjoyed gardening and things like that with them, you know, would you be interested? So I said, sure. But I grew up in 4-H and FFA, so I had a background of that. And so when she brought that up, it actually was really exciting to me to get to start something like that in an urban setting. So it's definitely grown a lot. I know when we first started, I had about 35 students, and we had about 15 of those that were involved in our FFA organization, which is our student organization that participates in public speaking and community service and leadership events throughout the state. And it's grown to the point that this year we have 295 FFA members from our building.
Wow.
So it's definitely one of the largest CTSOs in our district.
Wow, that is amazing. And I also understand that you partner with other career technical education programs to be able to build some of the things that are out here.
Yes, our animal health classes, one of the things I have them look up is things that would entertain an animal or keep it happy and make it have an enjoyable life. So one of the things they came up with was a goat playground. Everywhere they looked, they had goat playgrounds. And so we worked with the manufacturing group here at Southeast, and their students built this entire setup out here for the playground stuff. So they've worked really hard. The goats are actually out there on the very top in the mornings and the evenings, and they jump around and and they do their little tricks. They go up and down the slides, and I've seen them sleeping on the swing. So they really enjoy that. And then they every year they add a little something out here to kind of add to that love for the animals and add to their quality of life.
That definitely is quality of life. That looks kind of like fun. Like I want to go down that slide. Okay, we started out with just a few animals. Now you have lots of animals. Could you tell me what kind of animals do you have out here?
Right now we have sheep that they raised from a bottle. The kids raised from a bottle last year. And then we have three baby goats actually that were born here from our moms that we have. So we have 5 goats, and we have the sheep, and then we have Elvira the pig, who eats a lot of food. Yes, and then we also have a large chicken coop area where we get eggs every day. And then we have rabbits as well, and so they get a lot of small animal and large animal experience here on the farm.
So as we think about our strategic plan and we think about goal number 3, which is to ensure that our kids are credentialed or that they have college credits when they leave us, what credentials would a student be able to get as they complete your program?
Right now we have pork quality assurance and beef quality assurance, which basically teaches students how beef and pork should be handled properly throughout the phases of their life, from when they start all the way till the time that they go to slaughter. So they learn about that. That they can use as they go on into a job, like if they wanted to work at Cargill or something here in town. In the agriculture industry, they would be able to use that. We also are offering the Youth for the Quality Care of Animals. If our students decide to show an animal at any of the fairs around the country, that's something that they have to have. But it's also good, again, when they go out into industry, to have that so that they can work on any of the farms around this area. They'll have that background knowledge there as well.
Awesome. So do we have any students that have left here that have actually gone on and used this particular pathway, whether they went on to a college pathway or whether they went on to a job?
We do. This is our 7th year here at Southeast, and this past year I had a student finish a horticulture degree at K-State, and I've had numerous students finish agriculture programs at Cali and at Butler, and are working on going to either Fort Hays or K-State or some other schools around the country. I have a few in vet school down at Texas A&M. I mean, they're just all over the country, and they've started out in this program and then they've moved on.
You know, we're an urban school district, and who would have thought that we would have a farm in an urban schools setting? Tell me, what does that mean for the students here in the Wichita Public Schools in an urban school setting? What does that mean for them?
Well, in the state of Kansas and even across the country, about 1 in every 5 jobs relate back to agriculture. So the job industry out there is huge for agriculture, and there's, like I said, there's a million different degrees you can go into, that anything from agriculture marketing to agricultural production to business. There's a lot of different areas and pathways that they can go into.
You have a student that is in my Super Sac class. This young lady shared with me that you were her favorite teacher, and she told me that you inspired her so much that she now wants to be an ag teacher.
That's awesome.
So I want to congratulate you, because not only did you start with those 35, you came here as a science teacher and you started out with your 35, you've grown a lot of people who have a love for this work and will be able to go out into our state and really be able to impact the ag culture. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And now I am with the wonderful Anna Warren. How are you, girl?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Good. So what's your favorite part about the farm?
My favorite part are the animals.
Yeah.
Feeding the chickens, having to get them back in the coop is probably one of the funnest parts. I just get food now because they love food, but chasing them around and watching other students try and catch them is really funny. Yeah. And it's just really fun taking care of the animals.
What was that thing that made you say, I really like this?
Well, actually, it was one of the competitions when I got into the vet science competition, and I got 2nd place as a green hand, which is basically like, it was my first year, so they call us green hands.
And tell me what that is. What did you have to do?
I had to identify and diagnose animals and their illnesses, and also I would identify the tools of vet tools and animal breeds.
Oh, so you're smart, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, and so you were able to do all of those kinds of things, and so you won an award, and you didn't realize that that was your passion, right?
Well, like, I already knew I loved animals and stuff. I watched the vet shows all the time, but I didn't realize that, how much I loved it.
Oh, that is so cool. And so this is a great place for you to be and enjoy the classes. I know you talked to me earlier when you was in Super Sac about some of the things you were interested in. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, right now I'm kind of tied between 2 pathways, which is going to be a vet, or I would be an agricultural teacher just like Miss Farmer. So I don't know which way I'm going to go. It's just whatever opportunities open up, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you allowing me to have the opportunity to visit with you, Miss Smart Warren, and we are so proud of you, and we know that you're going to graduate in the fall and the spring and go off and do wonderful things. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
I had a great time in Mrs. Farmer's class. I wonder where I'll be next time. kind of a little scared. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, Lord, did you get that?